Today's the day. This is the big event. It's what you've been waiting for. Today, you and I are gonna pick that block up on that pallet with all the different machines and see which one can lift it. Wait. Oh, no. Sorry, wrong pallet. I'll be right back. What I meant to say is this pallet, where I have 60 33-pound concrete blocks on it. So, but it's more than that. The pallet forks, we weighed them. They're 159 pounds. The pallet, well, it weighs something, right? And so when you have 60 33-pound concrete blocks, which that puts us at 1,980 pounds. But with the forks and the pallet and everything, we're gonna say it's a little over 2,000 pounds, right? So I brought it over here with my V1000, which we know it can lift 2,000 pounds. You guys watch me tip my machine over doing a lift test once. But today I'm gonna try not to tip over any machines, but I'm gonna go through the whole lineup and we're gonna see what each machine can lift safely without crashing. So come along with me and let's take a look and let's see what these things can do. So first off, you negative Nancy's, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stacks, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10 times 6. Okay, so we've got that out of the way, right? So today we've got the Durret XC1100. We have the Ripa RS6-2, which has a bobcat attachment plate, and I can't put any of my attachments, forks or anything, on this machine. They've sent me another attachment plate, but mistakenly it was wrong, so I can't use it. We've got the V-Mang VM1000. We've got the Durret DRT480. We've got the Ripa RS6-1. We've got the SD Lanch IRL30. We've got the Durret DRT450. We've got the Ripa RS03. We've got the Starvox SV480, and we've got the Ripa RS04. So I think what I'm gonna do is start on this end. We're gonna work our way down and go over there to that pallet and see what these things can do. So I do have a few sets of forks here, and we're gonna see what we can get these machines to lift. I mean, I don't know. Leave in the comments before you watch this video which machine you think is going to have the highest lift capacity and which is the lowest, and give me some guesses on what you think it's going to be, because I'm not sure. The one I'm really interested to know, what can the VM1000 do from V-Mang, and what can the XC1100 from Durret do? I'm very curious to know what those two machines can do, because I've never seen a lift test with either of those. There might be some, but I have yet to see them. So let's take a look and see what we can do. So not everybody needs to lift 2,000 pounds. Some people are okay with just lifting maybe 300 or 500 pounds. So this Ripa RS4 is not going to be lifting 1,000 pounds, but it's not made for that, so that's okay. But what can it really lift? Oh, let's go find out. So here's how I plan to work this. We know there's 60 blocks on this pallet we know that these smaller machines, there's no way that they're going to lift 2,000 pounds. So I'm going to start moving some blocks over, and I'm going to, on each machine, I mean, this is not going to be the perfect real world situation test where I have real materials. I don't. I have blocks. We just want to see what it can lift. So I'm going to take blocks and I'm going to stack them towards the forks instead of, I mean, there's 100 different scenarios you can do for lifting, probably 1,000, maybe more. But in this particular test, what I'm going to do, let's just get some numbers. Let's see what they can do. And then if you want to, we can probably dig into individual machines and do some different tests and see what they can do in some real world situations. To me, this is a real world situation. I've got 60 blocks on a pallet, and I wanted to bring them from way behind my shop all the way up here onto the driveway. And I did it. So let's start moving blocks. We're at 330 pounds of blocks now. And I can see it's starting to get a little bit tippy. Now, I'm 235 pounds and I'm not standing on the back like I could be. There we go. We just tipped. Seems stable with me standing on it. Yeah, I mean, it moves at no problems. But I can clearly do more. So we're definitely tipping right there. What if I throw a couple more on the backside? That's 17 blocks, 560 pounds. That's it. Yeah, that's it right there. So 560. Now going backwards, that'll be another story. See, yeah. But if you go forward, driving forward and going uphill, but when you stop, now remember, the pallet's it's not free weight. I mean, it weighs something. This thing's paying for that weight right now. So we're gonna go with the RS6. You're right about 500, 600 pounds. Because it depends how much you weigh. It depends how much the pallet is and how much your pallet forks weigh. These pallet forks are from Durret, so they'll be different than possibly your forks. So we're just kind of getting a basic idea, but I think that gives us a pretty good idea so far. So next on the list was the Starvox, but the battery dead because I did not shut off the battery kill switch yesterday. Oops. So we're gonna get that one jumped off, and in the meantime, I'm gonna check this RS3. Well, this feels just like the RS4. Yep. I would imagine, let's get some RPM. Curling this is no big deal, but I still just don't have the weight. So there's a guy online that's making counterweights for this and the RS4. And the counterweight on the back, it gets you able to lift a bunch more weight, I would imagine. Because my 235 on the back is everything for this amount of weight. So we're gonna say the RS3 and the RS4 are probably right about the same, you know? It's got the power to move it, it just doesn't have the weight. And that's okay. I mean, there's a place. I'm just about there, you know? So. So we're gonna call it the exact same weight as the RS4. When I say we, I mean I'm calling it. I'm gonna leave these forks here. Let's go get that star box fired off and over here, see what it can do. Here we go. We're on the Starbox SV 480. Well, I think we can do a little bit more. Huh. Well, let's try it. Well, maybe not. Okay. So, with me on it, okay. I don't know. I can probably do a little bit more, but I'm already over the max what the machine can do. So as long as I'm standing on it and I'm on level ground, I think I'm okay. That's max height. I mean, it does okay, but I'm gonna call it 550. I mean, I don't need to just be breaking stuff, because if I get off it, it's clearly, whoa. Ah. Remember I said the battery's dead? Tip too far. Let me go to the jump box. So I'm pretty sure this Starbox will lift just a little bit more than the Ripa RS3 and the Ripa RS4. But there's a but to that. The Ripas both run still. And when I went to go hook them up, did you see how easy it was? Oh, come on. See, they come with some struggles sometimes, you know? There we go. So this one was a little jerky trying to get the forks underneath the pallet. The Ripas, no big deal. You just roll it up and put them in there. By the way, if you don't have one of these, this is this NOCO jump box. Now this one's 1,000 amp. I've had buddies with the 3,000, I think 4,000. But even this little 1,000 amp one is like $100 on Amazon. So I used to work in the body shop business for 20 years, collision repair shops, and everybody's got these things. I mean, this is the industry standard, this NOCO. I had a cheap Amazon one, bought it a couple years ago, just died on me. So I said, forget it. I'm getting a good one. So I spent the $100, and I'm so glad I did, because I've had to jump multiple things off this week. And this is an example. It's crazy that this little teeny tiny thing could just jump something off. It'll jump off big trucks and everything. So I sound like a paid advertisement, but I am not. I bought this thing myself. But I am an Amazon associate, so I'll put a link in the description if you want one. There you go. Works like a champ. Yeah, pros and cons. This, it does lift a couple pounds more probably, but it comes with struggles, you know? It's not perfect. It's a nice V-twin cheap auction machine, but it is an auction machine. I probably need to put this booger in the shop and put it on a battery tender. If you don't have a battery tender junior for your equipment, a battery tender, or even the little junior, I'd highly recommend it. I've got like 4 tender juniors and 1 battery tender, and I use them all the time. Let's get some speed. Okay. I'm really curious to know what this machine will do. This is the cheapest little auction machine that money can buy. I bought it a few months ago just to see. And here we are. Can it do it? What do you guys think? Yes? No? I don't think so. I don't think it can do it. Oh my word. Woo! I mean, that's all she's got. Check that out. Forward. I got it forward. Okay, if you want to lift something heavy, 500 some pounds, I mean, that's heavy to me. Keep it low, lean back, eat some pasta, maybe double it up, double cheeseburger with bacon, get yourself some weight. You don't want to lift it very high. There we go. Forward, forward. I got it. Okay. Okay, we're going to say all the small machines are about the same. Whew. Let's just leave these forks right here. Honestly, I'm impressed, but I was banging into this and it kind of hurts. So that machine's got no padding and lots of metal. So if you had to move 550 pounds, and you got one of those little things, you could do it. Let's start getting into some muscle. If you don't already know, this is my Durret DRT 450. This is my first mini skid. This was my favorite mini skid for a long time. Still love this little dude. It's the first one I did a lift test with back in the day. And I know I got this. It ain't gonna break a sweat on this. You ready? Who wants to see it? How high should I lift it? So this machine's got auto level bucket or auto level forks in this case. So on this machine, you put it wherever you want at your level, and then, look at this. I don't even have to think about it or look at it. It just stays at the same level because it's got these extra arms. So, let's put it up just a little bit more. It's kind of tippy, but we're not going over it yet. Finally, I get to add some weight. I think that's it. Yeah, we're right there. So that's 20 blocks. That's 660 pounds. But with me on it, keep forgetting which control it is. I mean, we can still go. Yeah, it's tippy. Watch this. So, I'm gonna stop. See, it's pretty tippy, but it's okay still. I mean, if you wanted to, you could go higher with more weight. Let's throw just a little bit more on. Okay, let's have a little bit of quiet. So I could either keep stacking it here, or I could bring it over here. And I know if I start putting weight up on the very front, we're gonna tip it over, you know? See that? But I could take that same weight and put it to the back, and I could just keep stacking, you know? That's it. That's our max out. So what we did, 33, 66, because I added 3 more blocks. So we added 99 pounds, so basically 100 pounds. So basically we're at about 750 pounds. Now I know I can pick up 1,000 and keep it an inch off the ground and run it all over. But let's try to keep this test uniform. This is 759 plus the pallet plus the forks. Yeah, I don't think you're doing much more than that lifted very high. You go forward, you're good. See this? But when you stop, but go forward, you're good. So go forward, make a good turn, back of the gas, and you're good. But when you come to a stop, but go forward again. The problem is you run into when you reverse. So going forward's okay because you got all the weight there, and when you go forward, it comes back. But when you back up, you go forward. And so if I'm just sitting here and I want to reverse, it's not going to work. Go forward, I got it. All right. I'm gonna call it on this one. Let's say about 750. Now, I really should bring out its twin. I've got the DRT 480. It's very similar to this, auto level, all that, but The tracks are totally different because you can put wheels on it. All right, let's go. I still think that this is one of the best homeowner machines on the market, you know? So this machine, I think it's got a shorter wheelbase with the track design than that 450. So my guess is it's not going to be able to lift as much. It's got the same gasoline Honda GS690 as the 450, and it's got the same arms, but this track design, I just don't know. Yeah, nope. So, okay, that's good to know. So you guys looking at a 450 or a 480? No joke. This is good information right here. You know why? This is much faster than the 450. But this can't lift as much. Let me take just a little bit off. Let's see what this thing can do. And I'm thinking this one's probably about the same as the little guys. You see, with me on it, I'm good. Ish. Good-ish. I mean, I can do it pretty low. Now this here is 660 pounds. So, kind of gives you an idea where you're going to be at for your machine at home. Man, I keep that up, I'm gonna have to keep restacking my blocks. Okay, let's go get, what's next? The RS6-1 Ripa. Let's crank up the speed demon and see what's up. It's nice to be back on a machine with pilot controls. So this is a Ripa RS6-1. And it's got a Kubota 3-cylinder D1105. That's a 1.1 liter, 25 horse engine. So real quick, let me tell you what I've just done. I've just stepped out of the homeowner leagues and I've stepped into the big boy leagues. So all these machines that are somewhere around 3,000 to 4,000 pounds, and they come with a 3-cylinder Kubota or some 3-cylinder diesel, something like that. They're 25 horse diesel machines, and they weigh about that 3,000 to 4,000 pound class. That's what we're stepping into. This is the FAFO kind of machine. Not these kids' toys we were just playing with. Now, I love the kids' toys, and they're great for homeowner stuff, but this can do some real big boy stuff. Put your big boy panties on. Let's see what this can do. I've never done a lift test on this, so I don't really know. But I attempted one last summer, and I didn't really get very far. But this amount of weight, bruh, this don't care. Yeah, I mean, there's not even any point going all the way up because we know it can do it. Ain't worried about it. So, okay. Let me just scoot over so so I have a little bit of room to stack blocks. Let me shut her down. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep stacking blocks until it tips again, and we're gonna see where we're at. I wanted some gap because I'm gonna have to move a bunch of blocks, I think, now that I get into these big boy machines. Where are we at? We're at 20 blocks now. Oh, that's it. No, we got a leak in the cylinder. So this one's gonna be a challenge. Check this out. It's not the weight. I just gotta move fast because I got a cylinder that's leaking down, which is really annoying, by the way. But that's what we got. I need to get it fixed, but honestly, I just don't use it enough to worry about fixing it right now. So let's just keep stacking blocks. And just keep tilting it back. So what do you have? 10, 20, 30. Oh. 30, 35. We're looking at 1,155 pounds a block. All right, let's keep it going. That's 40, 33-pound blocks. A little tippy, but I'm not there yet. We still got a little ways to go. I mean, I can still lift this. We can go set it on top of this other pallet. That's 1,320 pounds. And I'm going backwards now. I'm coming off, the rear end's coming up just a little bit. See if I stop, just a little bit. Whoa, there we go. That was balance point. So if I go forward, chop it. Yeah, I can't even tip it jumping. So we're still good. Max lift. So we did max lift with 40 blocks. But if I get off it, there we go. There we go. So I can do more. So this asked me the question of how far do I want to go on this test? Because right now, we got 40, 33-pound blocks on it. And if I step off it right now, as it is, oh, that's balance. That's it, look. If I let go, it'll go over. But I can grab. See that? So this is balance point right here with nobody on it. See that? It's chipped, but I can still. Okay, I'm gonna call it at that. I'm gonna say we're right about 1,300 pounds. Now you could go do a little bit more. I don't know. Maybe you're a big boy. Maybe you and I are some big boys out here. And you're not gonna step off the machine. You just need to transport something around your property. Can you do it? Yeah. Maybe you can get two of you big boys on the back and you can lift it and go put it up on your truck. I don't know. I guess that's it for curl, huh? Yeah, that's where we're at. Next machine, let's get the V-Mang. This is my speed demon. This is the V-Mang VM1000. I'm glad that GSA decided to send me this machine to play with, because I'm really curious what it could do. All the guys that are big fans of V-Mang, we call them the V-Mangians. The V-Mangians say that this is one of the greatest machines ever built. And it is probably the fastest one I have. It's probably a tie between this and that Ripa RS6-2. But what can it lift? You know, every machine's got good and bad. So what do you guys think? Can it do it? Can I do it? Hold on, hold on, hold on. Let me try something. Okay. Okay. We're at over 1,300 pounds. I mean, we got a little bit of tippy going on, but it's not falling over. I bet. Max height. That's max lift right there. Which means we don't have enough weight on it. Curl, don't care. Okay, let's get some weight on this dude. Okay, all you V-Mangians, so far you're winning. I don't know, if this keeps up, I might become a V-Mangian myself. You know what I mean? You get me lifting 2,000 pounds, and I'm gonna join the V-Mangians and go out to whatever planet they came from. You'll see in the comments in these videos, there's a bunch of guys that chime in and they'll be like, V-Mang is the greatest thing since sliced bread. Well, so far, I like the way this bread slices. You know what I mean? So that brick is missing a little piece on the end, which means we probably lost half a pound. This one too, missing a corner. Where are we at? We're at 1,650 pounds. Let's try it again. We're getting there. But we're not there yet. Let's put another stack on. This is getting nuts. Oh, this is nuts. I might have to come pull weight off to do my next machine. Chinese mini skid shouldn't be able to lift all this. Another 5 blocks, 33 pounds a block. That's another 165 pounds. I'm gonna throw up another 165, see where we're at. Now this weight's getting further forward. Oh, 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 oh. That's it. Woo! That was it. Now, I could shift back over here, but is that a fair test? I don't know. Whoa! So, see that? So what I did is I pushed it up on the float. That drops fast with this much weight. That's 1,900 pounds. Sick. So we've got just over 1,900 pounds on here, plus the pallet, plus the forks. I mean, the forks, you know, are 159 pounds. So we've got just over 2,000 pounds on this thing. You know what? All in, what I've got today is I have 1,980 pounds of block. Let's just throw it all on here. Let's go all in. We're going to see what this VM1000 does with 2,000 pounds on the front. And then we're going to grab that Durret XC1100, see where it's at. Nasty. I'm telling you guys, I'm impressed. All right, so if I go backwards, oh, oh. Go forward. Oh, oh. Man, I gotta be careful setting it down. So if I set this on top of this pallet, do you think the XC1100 could grab it? Okay, we have a problem. me tell you what my problem is. I've only got 1,980 pound of block. So, clearly, we got this. So what do we do? It looks like today, our lift testing is probably over with, because we've got the V-Mang VM1000, we're right there. This XC1100, I feel like we're right there too. And then the V1000, we're right there. I know the V1000 can do a little more. It looks like this can do a little more. What can that VM1000 do? We need a head-to-head, and I need to get, let me shut this off. I need to get an attachment plate adapter or a new attachment plate for that Ripa RS6-2, because I cannot put any attachment on it because it's got a Bobcat plate. Or maybe I need to find some Bobcat attachments. I don't have any. I'd have to buy them or rent them or find somebody with them. It's crazy. So all of my machines are the exact same attachment plate. All machines are, except the Ripa RS6-2, which they've corrected that now. Now they have a -3, which is the -2 with the Bobcat, without the Bobcat plate, with a dingo plate like this. So it looks like we're gonna have to do a head-to-head, like the big boy, big bad shootout, and see who really is the champion, because I really wasn't expecting this to be able to do it. I thought the V1000 was the master at all things lifting. But now we've got contenders, man. I mean, shoot, everybody's just stepping it up. Nuts. Nuts. It's really nuts. Okay, so what we've got here is we've got a tippiness. That's max lift height. That's nuts. Now, it did struggle a little bit right there. I think the curl's maxed out at 2,000. Mind you, it's not rated for this at all, but that's definitely healthy. I had the R's down. Hold on, let me pull them R's back up. Oh, I think we're capped out with curl. 2,000 pounds. Let's go take a drive. So I brought this over with the Durret V1000. I moved it around with the XC1100 and it didn't tip. Close. I moved it around with the V-Mang VM1000, it did tip. So I'm thinking the two Durrets can lift more, but it's so minuscule. Man. Okay. So we got to revisit this. I need that plate for the RS6-2. We need to see where it's at. And we're going to line up the Ripa RS6-2. We're going to do the Durret XC1100. We're going to throw in the old school Durret V1000 and that V-Mang VM1000. And we're going to see who the king of the hill really is. Now, there's some other machines out there that I hear are some monsters, but I think these are the big name ones. Like, this is kind of it for the big, popular, readily available, warranties, all that stuff. So, and actually, these machines, Ripa, V-Mang, Durret, they're all sold by GSA Equipment too. That's one of the reasons it's so great for me to be able to partner with them, because machines I have are the machines they sell, coincidentally. So it works out perfectly. Now, this green machine came from Durret. That V-Mang, that actually is owned by GSA. That Durret over there, the V1000, Durret sent that to me too. And then the RS6-2, that one came from Ripa. They gave it to me to review. So, shoot. I wasn't expecting this at all. So we answered a bunch of questions today. We don't have all the answers. We haven't answered every question we have, but we do know that these are some monsters. We also learned that the little machines all lift around the same amount, and until you start getting a, you know, the DRT 450 range, now you're getting into a little bit more serious machine. And that's the one I started with. Lucky me, right? By getting that machine, I got so fired up about these things that it did this. Who would have thought? We also learned that the little auction machine could lift a little more than the two smaller Ripas, but is the quality there? Are the controls there? No, they're not. It's not the same. Those Ripas handle nicer, control nicer, and I didn't have to jump start them. So a lot of good lessons to learn. And besides that, thanks for sticking around. I appreciate every last one of you. If you haven't subscribed already, do me a favor. It doesn't cost you a darn thing, and it really helps me in the channel. So as of right now, I'm a little over 65,000 subscribers. Been doing this a couple years. I would love to get 100,000, get my silver YouTube play button on a wall. So anyway, have yourself a great time. I'm going to be heading out to Dust Up's Ranch out there in West Texas, 11 hours from here tomorrow morning. And I'm going to run this XC1100 with a mulcher out there to the Rio Grande River. And mulching trails for the cartel. I'm just kidding. Not for the cartel. Actually, the American military is all over the border now, making sure that border's shut down. Only legal immigration is what they're doing down there. So I don't have to worry about cartels running drug mules and running migrants and all the terrible things that happen with that down there. So anyway, we'll see you next time. Wish me luck, and hope I don't die in the desert. Have yourself a great time. Okay, I messed up. Something I didn't take into account. I was just moving all the machines together to get me a good thumbnail photo. And I noticed something. Come here, take a look at this. Okay, so check this out. I was thinking about it. The counterweight's on the back of this, but it's got these tanks. Did you hear that? We're gonna have to come back to this. Look. I'm almost out of fuel. See? We got a lot more counterweight to do. So 35 liters of diesel is 9.2 gallons. Each gallon weighs 7 pounds. So what we're talking about is 65 pounds. I'm missing 65 pounds of counterweight back here. And then over here, we're good on hydraulic fluid. I don't know, that still sounds empty, but it shows full. So I'm missing some weight on the back. So what I'm gonna need to do, top off the tank. You can tell here I was topped off. So we're going to need to get more weight. I need to top off the diesel and the V-Mang. And we need to line up these three. And hopefully, I'll be able to use the R6-2 someday. Isn't it crazy I got that machine and can't use it? Nuts. Okay, that's the ending. That's where I'm going to leave it. You see where we're at. Man, tight race. Tight race. All right, have yourself a great night. And take a look at this sunset.